Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. You look at this Bears defense. They are number 2 in the NFL against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season. But, boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
They just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And he is going to have an Eagles As they're able to get the third down conversion. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Now a first carry here for their running back. Taken down at the 47-yard line. From the 47 now to work with a 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 41. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Goes back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
They did tell us they wanted to establish a ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bears are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Eagle defense. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Here we go, Shaq. Ready?
Now a give. Here's Peyton running left. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Ready?
They'll go play action here with Williams. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's 3rd and long.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. 18, Pioneer.
Here's Williams. Oh, he's got Hester complete. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
Shut up. Trap 60, trap 60. Check out.
On 4th down, here's Williams. That is caught. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. We're scoreless after 1. Back in Chicago, ready for the 2nd quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they go to work on a 1st and goal. To throw, it's Williams. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bears post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That looks like Empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Hester. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And to co-sign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
To throw, Williams. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, take go.
Now a handoff in. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down.
Set.
Here's Peyton up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
19 Lions.
Throwing is Williams. He'll drop this off to Peyton. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. How about this? They'll change it at the line.
Go.
They'll go. Here's Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense sent to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory.
60 back there, 60.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. From 19 yards away. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now a give. It's Peyton. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the gun, here's Williams. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got 2, we got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
70 Lions.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This is 2nd and 8. To the air, Williams. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Offenses all over continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw is Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. They'll look to throw now on first down. Williams loses the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. To the left side and caught by Hester. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
And this will be a long field goal if the skies were clear. But here in the rain and the elements, they'll go for it on 4th.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Throwing again here, Williams. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. And just shutting him off there. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Here's Hester open right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And a nice call and really good execution there because they gave him a little bit of a different launch angle perhaps, you know. You don't want to have the quarterback dropping back 5 to 7 steps on every play and have the defense zero in on him. There you hope that you get your defense going one way. They sent him the other, and they picked up nice yardage with that completion.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Looking to throw. Williams. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. The big boy's big dream right there. He got to rumble and stumble all the way for 6.
Nothing like big man with football, is there? I mean, that brings people onto their feet every single time. And his dream was answered on that one, wasn't it? It was realized. He picks it off and takes it to the end zone.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. A final shot before break. Williams. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. floater there is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Let's go now.
Play action. Now Williams.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
It's Sidney Brown with it.
And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great effort there. 34 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Come on, set. Bronco 80. Ready.
Williams now throwing to start the drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
18 Cardinal.
On play action, here's Williams. He's got the connection to Moore.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Back to throw. Williams. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On the give, here comes Peyton. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but third and short definitely was a great time to dial one up.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, first and 10.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be first and 10 as they take over.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Rolling to his right.
This one taken in by Hester.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
24 yards the gain there. Another first down as well.
Looking to throw. Williams. Wide open receiver complete. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bears have cut it back within a score.
Santos with the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, first and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 22 yards there, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he'll be taken down for a loss back at the 3. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And now here is another interception. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
And he's got it down to the 28. 2nd down, 8 to go from the 28.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Now back to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Eagles. From 3 yards out. And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Set. Check go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
On the ball now.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
Here's Williams.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Here we go. Set. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Hunt, hunt.
To throw, it's Williams. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Mustang 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Go.
To throw, Williams.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 43 yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Throwing is Williams.
He'll drop this off to Peyton. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
60 Bison. 60 Bison.
Williams going to look to throw again.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. He'll wind up losing 10 there, a full 10 yards, so that one hurts. And it brings up third and goal.
Buffalo 18. Here we go. Here we go. Dragon 60. Ready.
They'll look to throw for it with Williams.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Ready, ready.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. They can't hook up here on the fourth down pass attempt, and the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Going for the knockout blow right there. I think if I'm up 2 scores, I'd be worried about an interception, but playing this way is what got him this lead. So you may as well ride it out to the end.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They'll look to throw again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Back to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line.
18, Pioneer. Trap 60, trap 60. 19, Lion. 60, Bobcat, 60, Bobcat.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
2nd and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he comes back with one complete. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They'll set up a throw.
That is caught.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they...
Touchdown! An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good return, but he pays the price at the end of it as he's picked up and thrown down. And that final kickoff concludes the ball game, partner. And one side, a really nice win in this one. They were good on offense and on defense.
And I'm guessing in the other locker room, partner, the head coach is just telling his team, hey, we didn't play well enough to keep it close enough where that one possession down the stretch might have given us an opportunity to win the game.
So for the Eagles, it's a rare bright spot in what's been a tough season as they move to 2-7 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Bears, They'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.